Beer with Buffy is a retro-analytical love roast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you'd like to support our show financially, you can find us on patreon.com/beerwithbuffy. Don't forget to review us on iTunes if you like what you hear.
I was told you were coming.
The big bad is back. This time,
I'm working on getting the clearance to come into the initiative.
I've been thinking about the world.
I don't like vampires. Take a stand and say they're not good.
It's fucking
I
fantastic.
love that sound.
The ice cream bar is this one. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, she had bottle opener dysfunction on the first day, Rex.
Sorry.
That's okay. We all get scared our first time.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beer with Buffy. I'm Josh.
I'm Rex.
And I'm Ale.
And this is Ale. Hi, Ale.
Who is she?
Who is she indeed?
Dear listeners, don't be alarmed. Yes, we have a woman who is associating with us.
It's purely consensual, we promise. So,
Confirm.
we have a very special guest today, Ale from the Heart. She hosts a podcast called, what's it called, Ale?
It's called The Awkward and Depressed Podcast.
There it is.
Yeah.
I think it goes without saying that we endorse this podcast.
Yes.
Alrighty then, kids. Today on Beer with Buffy, we're reviewing Season 4, Episode 9 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is entitled Something Blue.
Yay.
I was really confused at the name of this episode because I did not remember anything about what was happening in this episode.
I know, right? Well, let's get back to that in just a moment. We do have some small order of business to discuss real quick. The t-shirt contest.
Yes, t-shirt contest.
So today, we'll be picking a winner, but it won't be on the air. So congratulations to whoever you are that won the t-shirt in the future, because at the time of this recording, we don't know.
We could always go back and re-record something, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna post it on Twitter, and we'll let the winner know. Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
Cool. All right.
Hey, Ale.
Oh, wait. I'll say something like, okay, I'll say something.
You're not allowed to say things on this podcast that we invited you to.
Excuse me. All I want to say is I want to justify why I'm here, right? Like,
Okay.
Your audience is probably like, who is this bee? So,
No, that's a great topic. I would love to hear who is this bee.
I am here because Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of my favorite shows of all time. I am perpetually watching the show over and over again, so I know every episode by heart, front and back. And I have a scythe tattoo on my forearm. That's how much I am committed to the show. And yeah, Buffy's really important for me and for my life and to me and for everything. And that's why I'm here.
Yikes. I don't know. She sounds pretty committed, Rex.
Maybe a little too committed.
I think this is a little heavy, bro.
Hey, Ale. Would you like to do the honors of summoning the mother?
Oh my God, please. Josh,
Yes, Ale?
can we get a mom synopsis?
Well, since you asked so nicely, the answer is
Please.
Joshua.
God.
What are you doing, Joshua?
Oh my God, I'm experiencing it in life.
Oh, just driving away all my friends and family with a wave of self-pity that echoes throughout the interdimensional multiverse. Is it Tuesday already, Joshua? No, Mom. It's Wednesday. Did you skip a day, Joshua? No, I'm just late because of who I am as a person. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it, Joshua? Think about that. Think about what you just said for just a moment there, Mom. Well, at least Willow's getting job offers, Joshua. Yeah, but she turned it down. Fucking millennials.
She's not a okay.
Yeah, still not as entitled as boomers. What the hell is happening, Joshua? Why is Buffy getting married to your Spikety Spike? He's not my Spikety Spike, Mom. I'm not that possessive with my relationships. Obviously, he's everybody's Spikety Spike, but mostly mine. I think we can all agree.
I do not agree.
I will fight you.
I don't know, Josh. I've seen her doing like yoga and shit on Instagram. She would probably kick your ass.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Probably, yeah, guaranteed.
Joshua, you're about as tough as a limp noodle. Thanks, Mom. Oh, speaking of, who's your little girlfriend? Why don't you ever introduce me? Mom, just because there's a girl on the show doesn't make her my girlfriend. Stop doing that, okay? Jeez. We're here to talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. God, Mom, jeez. I don't need any more snacks, okay? God. What about these fruit roll-ups? Oh my God, you did watch the episode. Okay, so today on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sad Willow is sad because Oz calls for his shit, and she's been stalking his bedroom this whole time, apparently. And she just cannot even anymore, so she casts a little spell to be able to make the world around her do her bidding. And it backfires. Go figure. That never happens. And so it ends up fucking with Buffy and Spike, and it makes them like pseudo kind of fall in love with each other, much to comedic effect. And Giles is even more hilarious, completely accidentally. And of course, Xander turns into a demon magnet. I thought there was more they could do with that, but you know, demons start chasing him. Luckily, he has Anya there to know how to kill all of them. And it's basically a sitcom that happens to have horror and drama elements. They all convene. Willow kind of sort of ends up saving the day when she gets invited to be a vengeance demon by the same dude, Tehafrin, that recruited Anyanka, like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago or something. Is that vaguely accurate?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. He's a little disappointed that she turns him down, but everything's fine. Everybody lives happily ever after until the next episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the end.
Okay, so I didn't realize till you did that. That's really all that fucking happens in this episode?
Pretty much all that happens. They just really, really milk the shit out of this Buffy and Spike thing.
Yeah.
Yep, basically.
Yeah.
Ladies, gentlemen, spiny-headed looking creatures. As soon as the sun goes down, vampire. As soon as the sun goes down, vampire. Competition is a beautiful thing. Boots here.
Cold open?
A short cold open to Sad Willow in Oz's room.
Yes. And I just want to take this moment to... so you already gave us a little bit of a rundown, Ale, why you wanted to be here in general. But I wanted to ask you, what was the allure of this particular episode? Because you requested this episode specifically that you wanted to be a guest for.
So yes, I requested this episode because I love talking about Buffy, and I love talking about fun episodes, like light episodes, like not the ones that are like pivotal to this overall story. So this is what this episode is. I think this is just kind of like a fun, like throwaway, like, oh, let's just run with this like Willow spell thing. But specifically to me, what was appealing to me from this episode.
Are you saying you don't like the broody episodes?
I don't like
Are they too broody for you, Ale?
Too broody, man.
Well, you're not
no,
nearly
yeah.
broody enough for me.
Listen.
Your ways,
Disclaimer.
you're damn chipper. That's. I don't even. I can't even.
I'm fully a Spuffy fan. I'm a Spike and Buffy fan rather than a Banjo fan. I'm sorry to say.
Bangel?
Banjo, yeah. Those are the, those are the terms. The ship terms.
God.
You guys know.
Yeah, I know. I did Rex. Weigh in.
You guys know?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, so there's a whole like Banjo, which is like people who shape Buffy and Angel, and then there's Spuffy, which is people who shape Spike and Buffy.
Wow, they were so creative about those names. Look at them go.
Yeah. So I am Spuffy, so that's why this episode is like particularly awesome for me.
Right.
We see a lot.
Well, I'm right
do
there
have
with
to
you
agree on
because
that
there's
count.
all kinds of foreshadowing to Spike and Buffy hooking up. Like they just, I don't want to belabor the term here, but they kind of blew their load. They're like, we really want Buffy and Spike to hook up, but we don't know how to do it. Hey, what if Willow casts a spell out of grief? By George, you've got it.
That's exactly what
This is
happened.
going to
Yeah.
be so easy. Who needs foreshadowing?
Well, but this is the foreshadowing you see.
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah. So it's bugging me. I'm trying to think of a term. Slasher. It's a slasher but that's when people imagine characters getting together. But since Buffy and Spike actually do hook up later for realsies, it's not a slasher because that's a fan fiction genre. Anyway.
Okay.
But we digress. Did you have anything more to say? I feel like I interrupted you at some point, Ollie.
No, that's all. I really like Spuffy and Buffy and Spike. I don't know how it happens. I just like it. I like to see it. I like to experience it. I like to make fun of it. It's great. So, yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Then let's get on with the show.
Splendid.
Cold open to sad Willow in Oz's room.
Someone
Being
get that
sad.
girl a fucking panda.
Why a panda?
Because that makes me a sad panda.
I think she needs a puppy.
No, she needs something that she doesn't look at it and it makes her go, oh, I wish I were that happy.
Hey,
she needs something that can commiserate.
How about this? Someone get that girl a girlfriend.
Hey, there's an idea. Ollie doesn't have any opinions on that. I'm sure of it.
I can't. I would never shut up. It's just not.
Okay.
All right. So from there, it's a very short opening scene of just showing her in Oz's room, and then we cut to campus. Where...
So this room of Oz's, is it his parents' house?
No, it's a room in an apartment that's off campus.
Okay.
It established that in another episode.
Okay, he's probably living with his bandmates or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cut to campus, I'm guessing the next day or whatever, and we see Buffy walking through campus, and she runs into Riley, who is hanging a lesbian alliance sign.
God, oh my God, I couldn't.
Well, because as we find out, Riley is a lesbian, and I knew it. I bloody well knew it.
I knew it because of the hair.
It's there. Oh, God. Say something lesbianic. Home Depot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he pulls his classic dorkishly charming maneuvers on the Buffinator here. He's talking about a picnic.
He does it really well.
He does, yeah.
Every episode that we see Riley, I'm like, why did I hate this guy? He's so charming, and
You'll see why.
dare I say he's cute.
No.
We shall all see why.
See, that was my theory last episode is he's going to stick his dick in the pudding at some point. And then
Yeah.
nobody's going to want to eat that pudding because you
stuck
put your
your
dick
dick in
in it. Anyway, here he basically plays his full hand. He's calling her beautiful. He says he really likes her, admits that he prepares for conversations with her because she's a mystery to him.
Hold on, though.
Have you guys prepared for conversations?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
I'm constantly preparing for conversations in my head.
No, I have a theory.
It could be bunnies.
No, not that theory.
Oh, sorry.
No, he knew that they hadn't talked about picnics beforehand. He just went with that as his in because he knew that if they had talked about picnics, she might not remember, and he's just being kind of suave about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. No, he knows exactly what he's doing. I never questioned that. You didn't take what he said at face value, did you? That's just silly.
Well, I guess I'm naive.
I mean, yeah, I didn't want to be the one to tell you. All right.
Hey, it's been previously established in my life that I have no ability to discern subtext in conversations and social situations.
I can verify.
So,
yeah. So Riley basically goes full throttle. Hey, I'm a-courting you, little froggy here. And Buffy goes full ribbit. And her tadpole grew 3 sizes that day. That's how that works, right?
Hey, Ale.
Yeah.
You don't have to hold back your laughs. Feel free to laugh into the mic. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't think she was. She just sees through my shit, Rex. Thank you for proving to me that I'm not funny. This man's been laughing at my jokes for far too long. Somebody needs to do the world a favor already.
Well, we all know I'm not the funny one.
Outside campus on the sidewalk at nighttime, Buffy giddily talks about Riley to Willow.
Yep, they have a moment of failing the Bechdel test.
Girl talk.
Fuck the Bechdel test. This is at least, relevant. It's not just idle chatter about boys.
Yeah. This is the part where Buffy's like, why can't I separate pleasure and pain?
Yeah.
Why do I have to put them together?
So I've got some words about that in a moment, but just real quick, this is a crossover alert. She mentioned seeing Angel in L.A. even for 5 minutes. Hello to the pain. That's her exact line.
Yep.
And so we missed this last episode because we're not doing Ill with Angel yet. Season 4, episode 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer correlates to season 1, episode 8, I Will Remember You of Angel.
Oh, God, no.
And that's...
We can't. It's too painful. That episode is just harrowing.
But apparently what happens is he turns human and they hook up for a hot, sweaty last night of love. And then he's like, but I have to be Broody, Buffy. I cannot be Broody if I'm not a vampire. So he begs the gods or whoever to make him a vampire again. I read a synopsis. My mother read the synopsis to me. So that's why I remember it.
I mean, that's how you read all your books, right? Your mom just reads them to you?
Okay.
Come on, Josh, you don't read.
God. All the repressed memories are coming back now. There they are. Okay. All right. Buffy's all excited that all she has to do is show up to this picnic and eat, and those are the 2 things that she's good at. And, they always say that the number 1 way to a man's heart is food. Why didn't it ever occur to me that that rule is probably 100% converse?
Hell yeah.
Since we have a girl on the episode.
Why do you think I cook, Josh? I know how to cook because nothing woos women easier than cooking delicious food.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is absolutely true.
Okay, confirmed. Excellent.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I wouldn't know. I just play video games. Anyway, I think the most noteworthy thing about this scene, other than Rex slamming things around on his desk...
I dropped my bottle opener.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Hey, it didn't go into the couch.
Well, because you don't have a couch anymore, Rex, and whose fault is that?
My roommates?
I was going to blame Edgar, but...
I mean, yes, it's also kind of his fault.
Dig this. Dig this. Sorry you had to wait. Fire, beheading. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Sunlight. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Cold water, usual. Oh yeah, I hit him. With what? A desk.
They're hilariously making fun of how stable Riley feels here. Buffy's like, but I can't help thinking, isn't that where the fire comes from? Can a nice, safe relationship be that intense? I know it's nuts, but part of me believes that real love and passion have to go hand in hand with pain and fighting. And then a vampire jumps out in front of her and she nonchalantly stakes him, and
The fastest vampire slaying ever.
It is. So, soapbox time for Josh. I know I've already talked quite a lot, and I'm going to shut up here in a minute. Kind of. A little bit. Not really. So, I think it's a real sign of psychological trauma that Buffy feels this way. That pain has to be wrapped up with an intense relationship. For instance, why do battered women keep going back to their abusive partners? I read a really solid article one time on the effect of this kind of emotional abuse. Basically, when removed from the abuse, you become numb and despondent, and all you can think about is when being in that relationship, and you don't know how to function without it, because at least you felt something at the time. Are you either of you familiar with the effect?
Vaguely.
I mean, I can see it.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, don't quote me. Definitely do your own research. I'm pretty sure I read a real psychological article on that at one point in time. And so to answer your question, Buffy, maybe a nice, safe relationship will never be that intense, but it's not supposed to be, and that's not healthy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was pretty much going to say similar. It is unquestionably a sign of deep trauma.
Yes. Glad we're on the same page.
Buffy's traumatized. Yep.
Yeah, and so they jokingly use this mundane staking to imply that she's just a fighter at heart and needs that in her relationships too. Well, I think that's horse shit. And I think that downplays and disservices Buffy's depression and low self-esteem and anxiety. But now I'm just being a big old downer. So, unless you guys have anything more to say.
Hey, at least, Josh, there are people in this episode as sad as you.
Yes! They got the brood.
We're all broody right now.
Excellent. Anyway, passed up a quote of the day there. I loved it when Willow's responding to Buffy, who said, Riley seems so solid, like he wouldn't cause me heartache. And Willow's like, get out while there's still time. So,
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite part about that scene. Anyway, I'm ready to move
definitely.
on when you guys are. And,
Okay,
and
opening credits.
I'll take a back seat for a minute.
Then we cut to the bathroom at Giles's apartment.
Oh my god, yes.
Specifically, we cut to Spike chained up in the bathtub in Giles's apartment. And let me just say, somebody wrote some fan fiction about this scene. Thank you very
That
much.
was me. I did it.
You need to link us to that right now.
I mean, how can you not? Like that. I had the pictures of that exact scene like all over my wallpaper back in the days where the internet was new. Like, it's iconic. Like him just chained to the bathtub is like, oh my god. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
you were a
man.
little choppy there. Were you talking about being chained up in a bathtub? This one time when I was chained up in a bathtub. Go on.
Yes. Please.
No, Spike is the one chained in the bathtub, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Buffy is questioning Spike, and he doesn't really have a whole hell of a lot of information for her. His line is, well, they were human. 2 eyes, each kind of in the middle.
Right. Well, and he makes a valid point here, because she's like, how long are you going to pull this crap? And Spike responds, how long am I going to live once I tell you?
True.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they have no reason to let him live.
And lots of reasons to want him dead.
Yes.
Yeah. And he just walked right into them, trusted them not to kill him, but he kind of had very few choices.
They specifically, they're not worried about him because of his vampire dysfunction. And
And Giles' line here is amazing. He's like, we have no intention of killing a harmless creature, but we have to know what's been done to you. We can't let you go until we're sure that you're impotent. Hi! Sorry, poor choice of words. Until we're sure you're...
flaccid?
Yeah. Buffy is really enjoying this by the end of the scene. It's kind of fantastic.
Oh man, she just milks it for everything she can because she like starts massaging her neck and like describing the blood pulsing through her veins. And
She's teasing him hard.
Spike is
does
all but
not care.
drooling.
Giles is priceless as usual. He's like, "Oh, please. Every line is funnier than the last. We can't do the whole scene for you. I wanted to just turn this into a live action play."
Okay, Rex, you be Giles. Josh,
No.
you be Spike.
Josh has to be Giles. He does the
Oh,
voice.
you'll be Giles.
No, I need to be Spike
You can
though.
Be Spike.
God damn it.
I want to be Giles' mug of Kiss the Librarian full of blood.
Do you guys have the whole scene written down? I could do this.
No, I don't
I
have the
wish.
whole scene written
No,
down.
I don't think we can do this impromptu. But as Giles is leaving, Spike's like, "Giles, make us stop." I think that was the best part. Every line just got funnier than the last. And that's impressive.
He walks into the other room and says, "If those two don't kill each other, I might lend a hand."
Yeah, this is one of those episodes that was difficult to watch in public because everyone around me must have just thought that I was fucking crazy.
But Willow happens to be in the other room, and she's looking through a book, and she has an idea to do a truth spell on Spike, and Giles thinks that's brilliant.
By George, you've got it, Willow.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like, "Alrighty, I'll get you the ingredients and I'll meet up with you tomorrow." And she heads out, and Giles heads back into the bathroom.
And he's like, "Hey, she's doing good." And Buffy's like, "Yeah, she's doing good." And Spike's like, "You guys are fucking morons."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's bad wrong when Spike has a higher emotional intelligence than you.
Yeah. It tracks for me, though, because Spike has already on multiple occasions shown himself to be very insightful of how people function.
Right.
You couldn't be that good of a manipulator if you didn't understand how people function.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say about him and Harmony is he wouldn't be able to play Harmony the way he does if he didn't, understand a thing or two about psychology.
Yeah.
So anyway, cut to Oz's room again.
Yep, where Willow discovers that all his stuff is gone.
Completely gone's kebabs.
Handy that they had that scene in the very beginning of the episode to show us that just happened.
I know, right? Yeah, it's almost like they wrote it or something.
I like the disarray of the room. In the next scene, Willow explains that Devin had gotten all the stuff and sent it to Oz. But you look at the room and it looks like Devin packed everything as fast as humanly fucking possible.
Yeah.
There's corners of the posters still on the wall. He just tore down the fucking posters.
Oh, yeah.
I would be so pissed if I were Oz and I get my shit and I pull out my posters and all the fucking corners are gone.
Yeah, no, seriously though, you're right. Yeah, it looked like the cops had come through there and they were just collecting evidence.
Yeah, and sad Willow is just super sad.
Yeah.
Makes us all sad.
Yeah, she is panda level sad. It's
Really
pandemonium.
is.
It's a pandemic.
Buffy, you made some bad choices. You just might have to live with some consequences. This isn't over. If I have to, I'll go all the way to the mayor.
Buffy's not doing a very good job of consoling her here, though.
Well,
Honestly.
No.
so she, so cut over to Willow and Buffy's dorm where Willow's, talking about how sad she is to Buffy. And Buffy maintains a solid look of, "God, it hurts to see you in so much pain and not be able to do anything about it. And I know exactly what that pain feels like because of the Broody." I mean, that's all I have to say about that. Broody.
So yeah, but Buffy is with Willow, and well, from the girl point of view, when your friend comes to you with a problem like that, you're supposed to strip away whatever your beliefs are and just agree with whatever she wants.
Right?
Do you want to say bad stuff
how
about the
that's
guy? Let's
supposed
do
to
that.
work?
Do you want to cry? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to you just have to listen. And Buffy didn't do that. She was just kind of giving her the advice that, yeah, rationally she needs right now, but not the way to do it, Buffy.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that because Buffy is doing exactly what I would do in that situation, I'm wrong.
Well, why don't we start from a baseline of Rex is wrong and go from there? Just in general.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I really don't like this.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So what Buffy said was right. Yes, she needs to deliver that information. That's the correct way to move on or whatever. But like, this is not the time. This is the time to just cry. You know, you can tell her that later.
Well, I think what she's saying, Rex, is that we've had this exact same conversation before. Sometimes people need commiseration. Sometimes people need advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like there's a third one. But yeah, and there was that moment a few episodes ago, had something to do with Parker, where we were like, you know, it should really be okay to confirm that with somebody that you're talking to.
Oh, yeah. I recall talking about that now.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm contacting you because I would like you to talk mass amounts of shit about my ex.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you just need
Thank
somebody
you.
to listen? Do you want me to agree with you emphatically? What do you want?
Do you want me
Yeah.
to spit vitriol?
Yeah.
Yeah. That works. That works.
Nobody ever really wants sound advice when they're upset. That's not what that shit's about. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
We go back to Giles's bathroom where it's telly time.
Oh my god, yes. Passions is on, or what is it?
He's so insolent. He's such a child. It's amazing. I don't get how he can be so instigative in such a compromised position, but damn, Spike pulls it off.
Yeah. Well, he knows something that they need, so he's fully aware they're not going to just outright kill him.
Yes. And honestly, I've seen this portrayed in a lot of things. Like the most recent one that comes to mind is Stranger Things, where they've got the in season 3. I guess I don't want to throw any spoilers out there because that's a very recent show. But you know, basically, there's this trope of the captive who's just being a completely spoiled child. And I wonder if there's some actual like military training that says that you should do this because it will give you a slight edge in that kind of a situation. Like if you just kowtow to everything they say and do, you're just gonna get killed faster. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I just got this idea, this image in my head of like a bunch of like hardcore, beefy, overly muscular Marines like learning how to be insolent children.
Oh, something tells me they wouldn't have to try too hard, Rex.
I know. I know a couple of those kind of guys.
Exactly. I think we have the exact same one or two in mind.
Yep.
So Giles is talking on the phone with Willow while Spike is being an insolent child in the bathroom. And he's like, Willow, didn't we have an appointment today? I would really like to shower sometime today alone. And I'm like, wait.
There's also fanfic about that.
So has he showered already? Not alone? What is happening?
Right.
It's a whole nother fanfic.
Like so many implications can be drawn from this, Giles. Were you afraid that Willow thought you meant with her? Or, I mean, the face value implication here would be that you don't want to shower with Spike. I pose the question to you, why not?
Exactly.
I mean, he's a vampire. It doesn't matter, right? It's,
I mean, if you're showering in front of a creature that's dead and doesn't have a soul, isn't that really just like showering in front of your cat?
yeah, exactly.
I mean...
So it's like Buffy hooks up with her cat later.
Oh my god.
Exactly. So, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe, is there something you need to tell us?
But he runs away from the shower and the bathroom.
And now we know why.
He's deathly afraid of water.
Yeah, it's the water, Rex.
Giles is talking to the machine, Willow's answering machine, and in the background, Spike is like yelling about TV and, hey, turn the TV on and everything.
Uh-huh.
And he says something along the lines of like, if you don't do this, I'll... And Giles replies with, you'll what? Lick me to death?
Yeah, that was a good one.
And again, more fan fiction there.
And then the fan fiction happened. Yeah.
First the showering and then the licking and the oi.
And then we cut to the park where Buffy's on a date.
Having a picnic with Riley. Turns out he really loves driving and finds it very cathartic. But he never uses the word cathartic. He could have really summed up this scene very quickly.
Oh, so, yeah. So Riley is just talking and talking about driving forever and ever. And I'm so bored with that conversation that I don't know how Buffy is doing it. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think Riley makes it a little sexy.
You're supposed to be wrapped up in how much this man loves to drive and really, really wants to get Buffy in a car in the middle of nowhere. Because that's romantic, right? And not terrifying.
I called it murdery, but...
Yeah.
Potato.
So this description of his love for driving definitely seems to take a slight detour towards sexual innuendo. And I just have one thing to say to that. In your endo.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm done. And I'm not sorry.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Willow depressedly saunters up, and she's like, oh, I'm interrupting. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that was very awkward.
Here we go, Josh. This is the moment where someone is definitely as sad as you in a show.
I knew I liked Willow.
Well, and she's like, you have apples. They're going to get brown. She's gone full Eeyore.
Yeah.
Except Eeyore doesn't actually bring Pooh and Tigger down. They're just like, and
that's because it's Pooh and Tigger, and no one could bring them down.
Yeah, well,
one of them's favorite thing in the world is to bounce. The other one is honey. I mean,
I do like honey.
That's pretty easy needs to fill.
So, so they're all sad about the brown apples. Nothing sadder than brown apples. Cut to
the
Bruns.
I always wanted to say it like that.
Willow has poor coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that scene. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But, I have nothing I can say about that.
I mean, she drank exactly the same amount of drinks that we've drunk right now.
What are you doing, right? Willow? Are you turning to alcohol for fun? Excuse me a moment. I have to take a drink. Because that's just silly. Beer bad. Didn't we learn that?
Something tells me that we have no ground here, folks, whatsoever.
Zero. Well, and they sure are getting on their high horse about it.
Oh, yes.
For as much as they hang out at the Bronze and bars and stuff.
There is a cute little moment here, though, when Buffy's like, do you remember what happened last time I drank beer and became a cave woman? And Xander's like, yeah, and without the fuzzy bikini.
Oh, my God.
Anya, without missing a beat, says, that's off topic. And then, practically grabs his chin and turns it back to topic. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. She's not the woman Xander wants, but she's the woman Xander needs.
Absolutely.
Hell, she's the woman he deserves.
Yeah, that too. So Buffy's telling Willow she just needs to deal with the pain and she just needs to let it happen because nothing creepy ever came out of that phrase.
Right?
But Willow wants a shortcut, don't we all?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm dating. I'm having serious dating with a werewolf. And I'm studying witchcraft and killing vampires. It's like a drug.
Cut back to the dorm where Amy is still a fucking rat.
Yeah, Amy Rat.
I didn't know they still had her. This is amazing.
She's still alive.
And believe me, she is still alive. Okay, so Willow casts a spell that's supposed to make the things bend to her will, I guess. I didn't write down the exact wording.
I didn't think it was particularly clear exactly what the spell was supposed to do up until the next day when
the words were like, oh, my will be done. Like,
yeah.
Her will be done.
I think my will be done. So my heart's will be done or something like that.
Something like that.
And they were trying to establish what she was expecting of this spell by her sitting there on the bed going, heal my heart. and Q-tip make unbendy.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
The whole entire reason it didn't fucking work is because when she's like looking in the mirror, she's like, heal my heart. And it's like, put some fucking oomph and belief and will into the statement, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, there was no will behind it. It was all too cerebral, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have to put your being and your sense of righteousness behind your words.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right, Rex.
Yeah.
I'm getting pumped just listening.
That's what we mortals call manifesting.
Did you say immortals?
No, mortals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we were worried you were immortal at first.
Moving on.
I wasn't worried. I was actually really excited. It was like, can you make me an immortal? That sounds lovely. You know, it's easy to say until you have an eternity to consider it.
Yeah.
That makes me think of one of my favorite sayings. I'm going to live forever or die trying.
Damn right.
So she's looking at herself in the mirror and nothing happens. And she's like trying to get a book to read to her, but nothing happens, and tries to make a Q-tip unbendy, and that doesn't work. And she's all flummoxed because her magic has failed.
Flummoxed?
And then, yeah, she's flummoxed.
That's a very good word.
It is.
And so the next day, Giles enters concerned because she never showed up to do the spell with him.
And then Giles comes in, and Giles is very polite, and I think showing the right amount of concern for her from his station of being kind of like a father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does it too.
But she really fucking blows up at him.
Yeah, she definitely got some misplaced aggression going on in this episode, and that's kind of the theme, really.
Right?
Because she's like, you all want me to take the time to go through the pain as long as you don't have to hear about it anymore. And Giles is like, I see how you could feel that way. I do. And she said, no, you don't. You say that you do, but you don't see anything. And cue the gimmick of the episode. Her eyes go flashy, flashy, and her will be done.
Yep.
But note how, like, the difference, or maybe we should say this later, but like how the different spells like activate at different times. Because like Giles gradually becomes blind, yet other spells that she does later, it's like right away.
Yeah,
you know?
I think they did that just as so they had some playroom so they could get Giles home before he went fully blind.
Yeah.
Without Willow knowing about it.
Or maybe it's, or within the story, maybe it's that like the spell is, like this is the first spell that's, or command that she's like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, so it's like slowly kind of like kicking in, I guess.
Yeah, there could be a warm-up time on the spell. Sure. I can see that. Sure, why not? I don't see any issues with that at all.
So from there, we cut to Giles' apartment where he's attempting to do the truth spell on Spike, and Spike is all worried about it, as I think I would be worried.
Yeah, it's like, if you can't even see, I don't want you doing your mojo on me, or something like that. And Giles drops the key accidentally to unlock the chains, and Spike picks that shit up and he is out the door in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, you're gonna have the same problems you had before you got here, idiot.
Right? Spike, you're just gonna wind up back on their same doorstep.
Yeah.
Starving to death like you were last time.
There's nobody else in this town willing to put up with your shit and take you in.
Exactly. I actually think, because of the scene that follows up with Spike on this, but I actually think he escaped solely to find more information about the initiative so that he could get their help in getting in there just to get the shit out of his head.
That definitely actually tracks, because in the next scene, well, in 2 scenes from now, when he gets blinked onto the lawn on campus, he's looking for the exit where he came out.
Exactly. The next scene is back in the dorm with Willow, who is being very, very mopey about being a bad witch. She's not a good witch. She can't do spells. She can't do anything. Oh, woe is Willow.
Yeah. I'm not even powerful enough to change Amy back into a girl. and
poof. Amy cameo.
like you guys. There's totally a naked girl on the bed behind you.
Just think of how that was offered up to her. Like, hey, so remember that show you were on years ago? Yeah. Do you want to go back and be on that show and just be naked on a bed for 5 seconds?
Not even like 2 seconds.
Okay, let's go.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my God, because it's been like a season and a half.
We'll give you $20 for it. Is that good? Yeah? Okay. Excellent.
Shit, I'll do it for free. But much to Amy's dismay, Willow says, and then poof, she's a rat again, and her will be done.
She's a rat again.
Amy's a rat again, and I'm like, damn it. Because I feel like they bring her back at some point, but I can't remember when or how.
Oh, they do.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to do this, but I ran out of time before we had to record. But I kind of wanted to look to see if they had styled her hair how it was when she turned into a rat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't even remember.
I think she had it shorter and definitely another, like it. Yes, it was red, but it was another tone of red.
Oh.
This new red was like darker. I believe.
I just think that would have been brilliant if they had actually like tried to get her hair to look the same.
I think it's like pretty similar. I think that the hair length is actually similar. Maybe the color is just the only that is like a little bit different.
But phone rings and it's Giles and saying, hey, Spike's escaped. And Buffy's like, well, I guess I gotta go catch him. And Willow. You've been here so many times. You fucking know that Buffy has a damn job to do.
Yeah.
As Buffy bolts out the door to go find Spike, Willow's like, you probably just find him in 2 seconds anyway.
And then
which kind of seemed like a weird thing to say, but okay. You know, it helps move the plot along. Whatever, I'll deal with it.
Right? I honestly think they put that part of the spell in solely because they're like, you know, guys, we have a lot of ground to cover in this episode, and let's just make this much easier on ourselves.
We need at least 10 minutes of Buffy and Spike making out, you guys. We don't want to waste any time on the chase here.
Exactly.
Give the audience what they've paid for.
Yeah.
I'm the audience, yes.
Give Ale
it.
what she paid for in tax dollars or cable dollars. I don't know. Wait, I have a very important question that I meant to ask you earlier, Ale. You're at least 21 years old, right?
At least, yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. How old are you?
That's a rude question, Rex. You can't ask that.
I don't care if it's rude.
I just wanted to make sure that we're not...
She lives in Florida. What is she going to do? Drive up here and slap me?
I will.
I wouldn't put it past anyone to go to great lengths to slap you, Rex.
I wish I could argue against that, but I don't know that I can.
So I just wanted to make sure that we're not condoning here at Beer with Buffy any kind of underage drinking. All right, I can move on.
No, yeah. Also,
how old are you, Ale?
I just turned 28.
Okay, I owe you $5, Rex.
Okay. What?
He asked how old I thought you were, and I said early 20s. He said late 20s. So there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I remember that conversation.
That's all there was to that.
So that means you were how old when this show aired?
Okay, so I started watching it live on the I believe maybe season 5 was airing when I started watching, and I was probably, I'm very bad with ages. I don't know, 8, 9, 7, I don't know.
So
what year were you
10?
born?
I was born in 91. The show was aired 97, correct?
Yeah. So yeah,
it ended in 2003.
Like season 5, what you were like 10?
2000, so I was
age
about
6
8, 9
to 13 through the run of the show.
Yeah, damn.
There you go.
How is it? I'm the age that should have been watching Buffy when it was airing, and I never saw it actually airing on TV.
Because nobody loves you, Rex. That's why.
I mean...
No, I remember specifically watching it live because I remember specifically when the musical episode, the Once More with Feeling, came out, and I ran to my parents asking for a blank VHS tape so that I could record it. And I did. And I have that VHS tape somewhere back in Mexico.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, I think I've mentioned it on several episodes before this, but I never saw the show until after I'd listened to the soundtrack to Once More with Feeling dozens upon dozens of times in my car and had it memorized.
You hadn't even seen the show before?
Hadn't even seen the show before. Nope.
There you go. Yeah.
He's a weird one.
That doesn't begin to... So in the next scene...
And you're what? Shocked and disappointed? I'm venal. You should know better than to tempt the fate. The fate's that. Well, that was pathetic. You should know better than to tempt the fate. The fate's that. There's a lot more than that. A fantastic day. Birds singing, squirrels making lots of rotten little squirrels.
So Buffy finds Spike immediately because, hey, magic. I love that they both look at each other and they're like, man, I thought that would take longer. Yeah, me too. Yeah. And then they just go with it. They're like, okay, this is fine. But Spike looks like he's trying to find the spot that he came out. And hey, very good of Willow to accidentally teleport him to right where the spot that he came out of the hole was.
Yeah,
right?
And she definitely did it on purpose.
No, I said accidentally.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Super.
I was being sarcastic anyway. That was my sarcastic voice.
Well, no one can tell, Josh.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Because you have resting sarcastic voice.
I'm not being sarcastic. Okay. And so cut to, Buffy takes Spike back to Giles's house and they bicker a bit, and it's funny, and I didn't write down anything they said because there's so much funny bickering in this episode. We could never possibly get through all of it.
But first Buffy does grab a hold of Spike, and then he hits her, and then he grabs his head in pain, and then she punches him in the face, so he grabs his face in pain.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And then cut back to Xander's basement.
And yeah, then we cut to Xander's basement where Willow is ranting to Xander about Buffy and Spike.
Yeah, and this is where she says, well, fine. Why doesn't she just go marry him?
Yes, bitch.
And congratulations, Willow. You just made everybody's dreams come true for one short episode.
Just like that. Yes.
Right. And then we cut back to Giles where he comes out and sees Spike proposing to Buffy. And I'm thinking that maybe his brain is about to explode.
This is probably what causes him to go fully blind in a moment.
Yes.
He walks in.
And I want to point out that Spike used his skull ring to propose to Buffy, and Buffy's using that.
Yeah. It seems to be going rather well. Definitely the skull ring was the best part. Poor Giles. I felt so bad for Giles.
I know. Poor Giles.
Ironically, Spike ends up being like the best boyfriend that she ever has on this show. But for now, it's like, oh, you can't do that, Buffy.
We all know that person or that couple of people that you're like, can you guys just stop being so fucking cutesy in love with each other for 5 fucking seconds? Like, we are so tired of you being cute and in love and just up each other's asses.
Yeah, trying to watch TV, guys. I wish I could stop hearing you make out over there. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to mention that everyone I know that was like that with their significant other in their 20s is no longer married to those people anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they overdid it at the beginning. Hello.
Sounds like there's a story to tell, Ale.
What?
Huh?
So moving on to the next scene.
Xander's basement.
Xander's basement where Willow tells Xander that he's a demon magnet. That's pretty much all I got, and that's all I need.
Pretty much, yeah.
And yeah, because she already did and so now the 3 main curses that make the rest of this episode play out have been cast.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we cut back to Giles's place where Giles is on the phone, leaving a message to Willow, specifically saying, hey, I'm going blind. I'm positive it's a spell because weird shit is going on with Buffy. And cut to seeing Buffy and Spike being all cutesy planning their wedding. And the hilarity of Buffy being like, let's have our wedding in the park during the day.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you will now be officially married to Mr. Pile of Dust.
Basically.
One quick breeze and the leaves move and you're going on your honeymoon with a pile of dust.
Yeah. Man, they're really going whole hog with this marriage thing. Like, I really thought it was... Hold on just a sec. I still have to deal with traffic noise out here.
That was actually surprisingly loud in the microphone.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm actually going to go close the blinds real quick.
All right, Ale, we can talk about Josh now.
Okay. What's up with his sarcastic voice? So sarcastic.
Yeah.
But no.
And that's my theory of why Josh is an asshole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
What the hell did I miss? I was up for like 10 seconds.
That's all it took.
You guys are dicks.
You'll just have to wait till the fucking editing process.
I guess so. I will turn this recording around and take a straight home, young man.
I'm the oldest one here. Thank you very much.
By 6 months, whatever. Giles is a bit verklempt when Buffy asks him to give her away because he catches himself as he remembers that this is all a fucked up spell. But for a second there, he's like, oh, Buffy.
Okay, but like, let's take a moment because like through this like silly spell, Buffy still like reached into her heart and was like, Giles, you are family, you know, fuck my dad.
Right.
Like, you are the one who's gonna walk me down the aisle. And that is very touching, even for those 2 seconds.
Exactly.
And then Giles is like, what the fuck is happening?
No, it doesn't matter that it's a spell. It's still extremely touching. I agree. I completely agree.
Hell yeah.
Well, and that's exactly how he responds. He has that moment where he's like, oh my. Like,
Yeah.
really? Okay, yeah. Oh, but wait, this
And
is a
then he
spell, and what
remembers
the hell?
Yeah.
But I had a quote of the day here, because Buffy's like, Giles, did you see my ring? And his response is, thankfully, not very well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I also have a quote of the day here because he spills his scotch.
Oh, yes.
And then and then Spike is looking for a general reversal spell, and if poor confused Giles didn't think he could get more poor and confused, the prospect of Spike helping him went and did just that. And he's like, it's all right. I have more scotch.
Well, specifically, Buffy's like, from now on, we're family. And he just completely ignores what she says. And he's just like, more scotch, must have more scotch.
Yeah, so much for that anti-drinking campaign that they were apparently on board with.
It's okay when it's Giles.
Well, he's old.
British.
He's old,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
They just don't want young people drinking. It's too hip, you see.
Right.
He bumps into a lamp and then cut to outside.
Where Buffy has gone to get the stuff from the magic shop.
Oh my god, my favorite encounter.
Oh, this is really good. Like, really good. So, we haven't had that many moments where the actor who plays Riley has really shown off his acting.
Use your acting!
Right. But I don't think anybody has on this show yet portrayed utterly fucking baffled confused as effectively as Riley does in this scene.
Yeah, he's not bad.
So she exits the magic shop and sees a dress that's in a display window next door.
A wedding dress.
Yep, a wedding dress specifically. Walks up to it and she's staring at it with eyes the size of plates. Just ooh, look at the pretty.
Anime eyes, definitely.
Riley walks up. The whole scene is just fucking gold. She is telling him about the wedding and everything, and he's just like, what? You're, huh? What is going on here? I have no idea what's going on here. I'm confused. Looks at the camera. Are you confused? We should all be confused.
Yeah. It's a fantastic reveal. It's another one of those where we just can't quote the whole scene, but I would like to.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think my favorite part was still the ending where she's like, oh, no, he's way older than me. I mean, my last boyfriend was way older than him even. And Riley's like, nope. Bye-bye.
Okay.
He abruptly exits.
We're done. I'm leaving away, far away.
I was supposed to be elsewhere now.
Yeah, we can't know each other anymore. Let's still be friends. Bye-bye.
They say young people don't learn anything in high school nowadays, but I've learned to be a friend. So what was the story about that alligator?
From there, we go back to Xander's house, where Xander is emphatically telling his mother, no more snacks!
But I liked those fruit roll-ups. Of course you did, Anya. They're fruit roll-ups.
Yeah.
How many fruit roll-ups did Xander eat to make his hands smell like fruit roll-up?
Oh my god.
3. 1.
Have you researched
2.
this?
3. Oh, it's not a Tootsie Pop, is it?
I happen to know it takes much longer than that to eat a fucking fruit roll-up, because there's no way to eat it that doesn't turn it into your mouth full of gumminess.
I bet Xander ate Anya's fruit roll-up.
No, that got interrupted.
Xander, do you need another fruit roll-up? Not now, Mom.
They're like, no more snacks, and then they go back to the bed, and they're about to bang, and then demons bust in.
Whoa. Who's talking about sex?
They are.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Rex.
They're in his bed, and Anya's like, stop talking about anything else and kiss me, and let's make out. And then they lay down, and then demons bust in.
I just realized that your name is only one letter away from sex, and that's not okay.
How long have you known me?
Not long enough, apparently. I need to do better background checks, it looks like. Apparently I need to run them through a thesaurus, too.
No. If you ever want to know how if a person's name can be misconstrued as sex jokes, just stand them in front of a group of like 6 to 8-year-olds and say, "Hey, is there anything funny about his name?"
And they'll tell everything.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, I think your theory that Xander's mom is trying to get him laid is really falling apart here.
Right?
Sorry to say. Like, she's clearly trying to keep him from getting laid, if anything.
But now she's got that tasty rent money. And the last thing she wants is Xander to move out of the basement, so she loses that tasty rent money.
Anyway, so suddenly Xander is under siege by a bunch of bad Halloween mask demons, and thankfully he's got Anya there with all of her fantastic historical demon knowledge.
Yes.
And luckily I have an expert in the room that I'm also having sex with, not that that's important.
And on top of that...
What's on top of that, Ale? Do tell.
Okay, I was going to say that on top of all of these conveniences, there's another
Xander's on top of that.
Of him.
Huh? Yeah? On top of Anya.
Oh,
Am I right?
No.
Sex?
Not yet.
Nobody? God, it's like talking to a brick wall with you people. I swear to God.
Anyway,
I was gonna say,
Ali, please continue.
Go on.
That thank God he happens to have a sink full of water.
Yeah.
Ready to go to specifically kill these
Who
demons.
the fuck just keeps a damn sink full of water?
Yeah, standing water is like my number one fear. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I thought it was
definitely.
millipedes.
Oh, shut up. No, standing water filled with millipedes. That's my number one fear. Oh, fuck you.
Okay.
Josh doesn't like anything with too many legs.
I'll make him stop.
Okay. Rex,
Yes.
She's gonna do it.
¿qué te dije? ¿Quieres que te hable en español?
No,
I don't speak Spanish.
Rex can't speak anything. Rex can barely speak English.
That's my mom voice. It has to be in Spanish.
I took an entire year of Spanish in junior high, and I failed horribly.
Not surprised.
The biggest problem I had is I can't roll my R's,
Right?
and this is apparently a problem when trying to speak Spanish.
I still want to
Yeah.
hear you ream him a new asshole in Spanish. Can you please do that?
Well, I kind of need like your full name. I know your full name is Rex, but you need like a full name. Like Rex Alejandro.
Ooh,
or
that's
something
close.
like that.
Rex
that-
Alejandro.
that's-
What's your middle name, Rex? Or just go with
No.
Rex Alejandro.
Rex Alejandro. ¿Qué te dije? No le hables así a tu compañero.
Wait, try it with Rex and Old.
Oh, God.
Okay. But in
Yeah.
Spanish, so Rexinaldo.
Yep.
¿Qué te he dicho? Respeto a tus mayores.
I'm feeling the anger. Man, you just got told. Holy shit.
So what did you actually say?
Something about respecting your elders, even though he's not your elder.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm the old one here.
You know, she said it in Spanish, Rex. It's solidified. There's nothing you
Yep.
can do. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Where were we in the episode again?
Yeah. So back to Giles's house.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Where Buffy and Spike are being outrageously, obnoxiously cute, and I hate them.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, I hate it. It's awful. It's gross.
It's the best thing in the entire universe. Okay, it's what my eyes were craving for, and they just silver platter delivered to me.
Buffy and Spike are just enjoying some nice adult macaroni and cheese and and much to Giles's dismay, but you know, Giles is also an adult. He can handle it.
But his line is like, I can hear you smacking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
That's good macaroni and cheese. Goddamn.
But
Wait, but the part where Spike is like, look at that lip. Look at that lip. I'm gonna get it. Can you even handle it? I can't.
she just squealed.
I don't even remember that, but I can imagine it. There was just so much packed into such a short period of time.
My favorite part, though, was Buffy goes, do we want to have your full name, William the Bloody, or just Spike on the invitations?
Yes.
And then they start arguing about names. Buffy says, what's wrong with Buffy? And Giles deadpans, oh, such a good question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes.
And then Xander and Anya, Kool-Aid Man through the door. Oh, yeah.
No, they open the door. It's not Kool-Aid Manning if you actually open the door.
Fine.
They
They
burst
politely... Anyway,
And then, because as soon as Xander gets into the room, he goes, Spike, he's all untied. Which you probably noticed.
but I guess you guys knew that, yeah. So Buffy proposes maybe the demons and Giles's blindness are related. And, I loved Xander's waving his fingers in Giles's face. He's like, stop whatever you're doing. You smell like fruit roll-ups? Fucking amazing. Like, I can't even make jokes about this episode. It's already such a comedy.
It's just a joke. The whole
I just
episode
thought of
is.
something really funny, but I really don't think it should be on the podcast.
Oh, and Spike's response is, this is the crack team that foils my every plan. I am deeply shamed.
yeah.
Now you need to say whatever deeply inappropriate thing you were going to say, Rex. Don't hold back.
If the first demon had waited longer before he busted down the door, Xander's hands would probably have smelled like something very different than fruit roll-ups.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And the question is, would have Giles have said it? You know? Like,
Your fingers smell like... And now he'd be like, I
Moving
know
on.
that smell. This takes me back to my childhood. What's going on?
No, it just it takes him back to the episode when he turned back into a teenager.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Is Joyce in the room? What's going on?
No! Oh my god.
Ollie, we had to have at least one moment where we got very highly inappropriate.
Highly inappropriate. By the way, everybody, we're talking about cunnilingus. Cunnilingus.
Oh yeah.
There's, I mean, perhaps not, proper, but you get the idea. Oh, dear.
Yes, it's terribly simple. The good guys are always stalwart and true. The bad guys are easily distinguished by their pointy horns or black hats. We always defeat them and save the day. No one ever dies, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Liar.
All right, so this is where Xander figures it out, and he kind of makes himself useful for a change. He makes his brain work, which is akin kind of to watching a baby dinosaur hatch. Push, little Xander, push! Rawr! It's so cute. And so he makes the connection that Willow called him a demon magnet and said that Buffy and Spike should get married, cueing Giles to recall her saying that he doesn't see anything. And they're like, holy shit, everything Willow's saying is coming true. So they have to find her before anybody gets hurt. Ka-thunk! As Giles
gets hurt.
Oh, but Buffy says specifically, like, oh, I must be immune because I'm the Slayer.
Yeah. Yes, Buffy. That's why you're marrying Spike, essentially.
Good.
Yeah, they said something much more clever, though. I don't know.
Yep, and then we cut to the dorm real quick where Willow gets abducted.
I recognized that it was Tehofrin. Did you?
I did.
Because we've only seen him once before.
I recognized it immediately, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's Tehofrin, by the way. D-H. Tehofrin.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, but my transcript spells it with a T, so I was confused.
But yeah, very quickly, Anya, Xander, Spike, and Buffy come into the dorm. Anya immediately recognizes the portal thing going on with Tehofrin, and then they decide they have to go to a graveyard to...
Yeah, why? Why did they have to go to that specific graveyard?
No fucking clue.
I think they just happen to be walking past it, and since there's 12 graveyards in Sunnydale, this is where they start getting attacked, and they hole up in a crypt.
Wait, yeah, that's why. They were pushed there because the demons were just chasing them. I remember now. Okay.
I think they were on their way back to Giles' house.
Yeah.
Quick cut to the demon dimension where Tehofrin is talking to Willow. He offers her a job, and then cut back to the Scooby Gang where Anya lays out and explains that Tehofrin is probably offering Willow a job.
Yeah, I really liked the way Tehofrin phrased this. He said, "You have much anger and pain. Your magic is strong, but your pain, it's so broody, Willow." It's like a scream that pierces the dimensional walls. We heard your broody call. Wait, no, I think you were hearing Angel. No, you're broodier than Angel.
I just have to say, I'm really upset now, Josh, because Angel's no longer on the show, but you just coined a term and you don't even realize it. All the times that Angel shows up just to tell Buffy there's a problem, it's a Broody call.
Oh, shit! Oh, God.
How did we miss that?
4.5 seasons of missed opportunity.
Right?
Son of a bitch.
It's a Broody call. God damn it.
Oh, shit. Okay. I need a moment. Okay, I'm better. So the Scoobs are outside. They pass a graveyard. Yep. Buffy's like, ooh, we need to take pictures in front of this tomb. This would be a great spot. And they start getting attacked by all these demons. And so they have to hole up in a crypt. Anya's trying to summon Tehofrin.
I love the little tidbit here where Spike is like, oh, I can't fight because he doesn't realize he can attack demons yet.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were
Yeah.
going to establish that he can be violent against non-humans yet.
And that hasn't
They
been
will.
that, right.
Not yet, but they will.
I like it when they actually hold on to something like that.
Right?
And like show it later.
True.
Right.
But yeah, it's a big fight.
Yeah.
Yay.
Big fight. And then we're back to Willow over here. And the Hoffman is showing Willow what she did.
Yep.
You know, and everybody in the fighting in the
Yep.
mausoleum.
And she turns down his job offer.
She's like,
and
oh no, I caused all this. I didn't mean to do that. I just want to go back and help my friends. Is that your answer? It is. The way the music gets super like dark and scary.
Intense.
And he's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, well, here's my talisman. If you change your mind, give us a chant. Just classic
Love it.
Joss Whedon moment right there. That is the shit that makes Buffy Buffy right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Give us a chant. Like,
Here's my talisman. Give us
Oh
a
my
chant.
Well, it's like
Fucking amazing.
Okay, one more thing that I want to mention about when they're back. I don't know if it happened after this or before, but while they're fighting, Spike and Buffy, Spike goes like, I don't know if I can hold them, blah, 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 like, Buffy, you're gonna have to escape or something like that. And Buffy's like, you think you have to protect me?
Oh, not with the girl power bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, this is totally a fight that they would have
Yeah.
in their marriage. Like,
That
absolutely.
was a good moment.
Yes. So yeah, then we cut back to the crypt where the fight's going on. Spike and Buffy decide mid-fight they're just going to start making out.
Yeah. And so Willow zaps in because DeHoffrin sent her right to the fight, which was nice of him, honestly.
Yeah.
She comes
quite
up with
nice.
this spell that breaks the previous spell that she cast. You know, everything goes back to normal, but they're all still there in the crypt. And Spike and Buffy are all of a sudden, ew, 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 Spike lips, ew, 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 ew. Cooties.
Genius. Which I was like, not you, bitch. You know that it's not you.
Right. We all know that realistically, everyone would have been like, oh, I must have been under a spell. Continue making out.
Yes. And carry on.
Cut back to Giles's house.
Guilt cookies!
Yay, guilt cookies.
Yeah.
I want a cookie. I want a potty. I want me, now. Name that movie.
Am I too young? I don't know.
Neither of you?
Hold on. No, I know it. I just, it's right there.
That's okay. You're like 7 years younger than us, so I think that's how
Yeah.
old we were when the movie came out. It's Hook.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hell is wrong with me?
Dustin Hoffman. Anyway.
I feel shame. I think I need a shame cookie. Are there any shame cookies here?
No, Rex. That's how
There's just
shameful you
just
are.
guilt cookies?
All the shame cookies are fucking gone.
Oh.
Behold my field of shame cookies, for it is barren. That's the name of the episode, Shame Cookies.
Right.
So Spike wants a cookie.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to have something. I still have Buffy taste in my mouth.
Then he divulges to the rest of the group that Buffy wanted Wind Beneath My Wings to play at their wedding.
And they all seem more disgusted by that than by the whole Buffy Spike marriage thing.
Have
Yeah.
you heard that
Not-
song? It's
Not
awful.
recently, but you know, I mean, it's one of those. It's like Celine Dion. It's the soundtrack to my childhood. The part of it I didn't like.
You want to know one of the places I heard it, historically speaking, is my mom and stepdad's wedding.
Oh,
Wow, okay.
yeah. Nobody has good memories of step parents' weddings.
More importantly, it was my aunt who was singing it
Oh, no.
Oh God!
badly.
Oh, you poor bastard. Do you need a hug? Because I'll find somebody to give you a hug. I don't do hugs.
I have plenty of people to give me hugs. Thank you very much, Josh.
All right. So Willow shoves a cookie in Spike's mouth and walks away. And
But then Spike it's like, is he tied? But then his arms aren't because he just grabs the cookie. I'm confused.
Yeah, his arms are totally free. I'm like, wait, what's the point here, guys?
So is this just for play or?
Yeah, now they're just getting kinky.
Yeah.
Do they only chain him up in the bathtub?
I guess they just trust him now. Maybe he just can't reach the knots. Yeah. I don't know. So, hold on. Have either of you guys seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Is that a...
No.
It's a movie.
Oh, no. I'm like, I don't know what you guys do in the shadows. I don't know.
Yeah, no, sorry. You don't like, see what I do in the shadows, Ale?
I think that's something I'm not going to discuss.
Let me remove yet another button to reveal what is underneath. It's a t-shirt. It's just a t-shirt. It's
okay.
So it's a movie. It's a mockumentary about like these old-timey type vampires that are having a hard time acclimating to modern day culture. And there's this one part where one of them eats a French fry and they jump cut to the next scene where he's projectile vomiting blood like across the room, and the other one is just standing there talking to the camera going, he ate one crisp.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that seems more accurate to how it would work if a vampire ate real food, doesn't it?
Right.
Like, yeah. But they have to eat blood. How can Spike eat a fucking cookie? That's all my point was. Moving along.
I understand.
But Buffy says to Willow that she is definitely over the bad boy thing. And then she realizes that she ran into Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love how it's not up until this moment that she remembers about Riley.
And then cue up the cover-up of the century.
Like, you gotta give her props for this.
To hell with JFK. This is a magical cover-up here, guys.
Oh, I was just joking. You didn't get it?
I just had to give you a hard time when I saw that fear in your eyes because I was looking at wedding dresses. So you're insane. Uh-huh.
And he accepts it. And honestly, that's the better story for him, if you think about it. Like, think about how crazy he had to have thought that she was on the street.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And now it just adds more to the mystery and so they have this weird moment where she's like, you have a lot to learn about women, Riley. And he touches her face and grabs the back of her head, but he doesn't kiss her. And he's like, you're going to teach me. And then just stomps away, leaving her looking all windblown and speechless and like, oh.
Yeah. And I'm like,
right. Gerarg.
I said it.
You're so giddy.
I always say it with you guys. Just this is the first time you actually hear me.
Is this for me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more!
Night, I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
So, Ale, how did you feel about this episode?
Yes. Oh my god, so good. I feel so good. It makes me feel, light. Like, it makes me laugh most of the episode, so it was really good. Very entertaining. I had all the Spike and Buffy action that I needed and wanted and desired. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, overall for, like, the story is, like, a non-important episode, I think. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's...
Yeah, I mean, the only important thing is, like, Willow being sad, but then that doesn't lead to anything.
Well...
Except the spell.
Really, all it does is foreshadow Willow and her issues with magic.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like, okay, Willow is in another level now, magically.
Yeah, I think it's a very important episode for Willow. It shows us that she's finally accepted that Oz is gone, and it's got her moving in this new direction of dark magic, discovering herself in that regard. but also it's bringing Spike into the fold in a way that we've never seen before. It's really getting us comfortable with Spike and Anya, for that matter.
Yeah, in the Scoobies, yeah.
Yeah, so they're really just getting us acclimated to losing a character that we loved and gaining two more that we're not terribly familiar with yet, unless, we're old fans of the show. But, I try to think of it as the show was originally airing. And from that perspective, I think this was a very important episode, and they really dwelled on the humor to great effect, because this was all about character progression.
Truth.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, one of the major reasons why I liked this episode is everything that happened in this episode feels like it would have normally been shoved into another episode as the B story,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But they didn't have some like demon in the background or anything. It made it where this big sidetrack of like nothing really that direly important except for foreshadowing even happened.
Yeah. It's kind of like showing, how like I always think of like, oh, what happens in the days that we don't see like that episode, the in-between days from like adventure to adventure. Right. Like this feels like one of those days, This is one of their download, like, how do you call it? Like low-key adventures,
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's actually a really good analogy going on in this episode, because there was no external demon or bad guy in this episode, right? And I think that's a good analogy for Willow having this internal struggle.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I have to agree with
that. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah. Battling the inner demons for a change. Yeah.
I like it. Pretty.
So, that's all I'm really trying to say.
Quotes of the day.
Yeah. Ale, do you have a quote of the day?
Oh, no. How can I pick one?
If you need a refresher, we can help you with that.
Yeah. I think... By the way, last episode, my quote of the day was, a bear, you made a bear.
Yes.
Of course. But this episode, something that Spike says, one of Spike's quotes, or Giles. Oh fuck, they all.
There's
have
so many
quotes.
good ones in this episode.
There really are.
You guys say first. Let me think.
Okay, you think about it for a minute. Rex, what's your quote of the day?
I'm actually going to pick a quote of the day that we didn't actually discuss on the podcast itself.
Oh.
Ooh.
They're in the bronze, and they've already seen that Willow's been drinking. Buffy is trying to talk Willow through the situation, and Willow responds with, well, isn't there some way I can just make it go away? Just 'cause I say so? Can't I just make it go poof? And I picked that because I think we've all felt that deeply.
Yeah.
I know Definitely. I have.
Yeah.
But it also just, that's the entire fucking point of this episode. That line right there.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So my quote of the day, I'm obviously going to go the absolute opposite direction, because this was such a hilarious episode, and I think that
it really was.
This line probably gave me the biggest guffaw of anything in this episode. Giles's line, that's all right. I have more scotch.
Oh gosh, I literally was gonna pick that one.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have a runner up? So, because since Ale doesn't have her notes,
you can have the scotch line.
Can I have it? Thank you. And I was gonna pick it because to me is exactly why you pick yours, Rex. Because to me that line encompasses the entire episode. It's like, this episode is a shit show. What is going on? It's okay. We have scotch,
well, then I have to then give it to DeHoffrin as my runner-up.
Yes, that's the other good one.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, well, here's my talisman. Change your mind, give us a chant. Because as long as we're picking lines that are emblematic of the episode in some way, that line just really captures the nuance of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's searching, I don't know what, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And who says a demon can't just be a good professional?
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate that about DeHoffrin.
Real quick, just because we need to get you actually saying the line.
Right.
Ale, what is your quote of the day?
My quote of the day is when Giles says, "That's all right, I have more scotch."
Excellent. Definitely one of my favorite lines, if I do say so myself. Very nice.
Okay.
Well, shit.
And that's that. This has been another episode of Beer with Buffy. Special thank you to you, Ale, for joining us on this episode.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's such an honor, and it was a pleasure.
And again, that is Ale from the Heart. You can find her on pretty much every platform as Ale from the Heart. And what'd you say the name of your podcast was?
The podcast is the Awkward and Depressed podcast. We're available on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
And we'll actually share a link to that too, just so our listeners can find that as well. As always, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Number one way to help our show is to review us on iTunes. If you would like to own a piece of our show, you can find merchandise at store.beerwithbuffy.com. If you'd like to help support us financially, buy us some beer. You can find that on patreon.beerwithbuffy.com. As always, you can send us a voicemail or even a text at the number
269-743-0783.
You can send us an email at beerwithbuffy@gmail.com. As always, thank you very much to Benjamin Alexander and Reggie Page for our opening and closing music. This has been Beer with Buffy. I'm Rex.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Ale.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Reeves be with you, Ale.
Keanu speed?
Whoa.
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 Allowances for your years, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility, and instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
You have a sacred birthright. You were chosen to destroy vampires, not to wave pom-poms at people.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
You are the Slayer.
Go ahead.
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on.
By appealing to your common sense. Earwolves, incubi, succubi, everything you've ever dreaded was under your bed, but told yourself couldn't be by the light of day.
One gal in all the world.
Common sense.
One gal in all the
Common
world.
sense. It was a bit, British, wasn't it?
Wait, what have we done? Why are we watching this?